Hi guys, I'm back from my holidays as a carnivore, day 11. I just saw all your comments on my last video. I'm over the moon. The carnivore community is unbelievable. I am so thankful for all of your tips and amazing advice. And I wrote them down, most of them. So I'm trying to sum up a little bit of your opinions today. And I think in the next video, I'm going to share with you how it was to be as a new carnivore in a hotel full of food and temptations, and how it was for me and for my son as well, and how we managed the things. But I wanted to talk about your comments. So I asked kids on carnivore how you can manage it. Should kids be carnivore? Is it healthy? Is it not healthy? Some of you recommended Kelly Hogan. I did watch her. I did also watch the video where her kids are talking to her, and it's very cool to watch. She's 10 now, 14 years, because the video is 4 years old, so 14 years of carnivore. She was pregnant carnivore. She raised her children carnivore, and the kids were talking also about how they handle sugar at school, because they never had sugar. Never. They don't do processed food, they don't do sugar. So it's a completely different start to have kids who grew up like this, and to have a kid like me who's 10 years old, who always had something sweet, even every day, because I'm stupid. So let's say it like this. We do all have our moments that we now realize how stupid we have been. And I realize it now. I have been very stupid. So I'm gonna admit it. I was like the worst. I was packing him every day something sweet, because I thought, okay, then he's not gonna crave a lot of sweet. And it's a good thing. No, it's not. It's just stupid. So now, but we're gonna learn. We are learning together. So it's easier for kids when they grew up, and they are unbelievable. The kids are unbelievable. They go to the teachers and everybody and say, I don't want nothing sweet. Thank you so much for giving me, the sugar, but I don't want it. So they have the willpower to do that, because they never experienced the sugar rush. I think it's gonna, if they are little now, they're talking, and you see it in the video as well, they're talking, what their mom is teaching them, of course. I'm not sure if when they taste sugar, when they're older, maybe, and they are not that resistant like they're now. When they're little, they're much easier to, to work with them. Also, as a parent, it's easier to, tell them the things you want them to be and to believe. I don't know if then this is going to be the complete opposite direction. That's what I'm not sure, if then kids, tend to overeat then, and just, oh my god, that's what I missed out, oh my god, that's so tasty, that's amazing, da, da, da. As long as they're little and they never tasted sugar, it's easy. But it's gonna be tough, I think. But it doesn't matter. For my kid, it is a tough baseline, because he's not sugar addicted, I wouldn't say that, but processed food and sugar was a very big thing in our daily life. And that's my fault completely. And I'm gonna earn my mistakes. And it's difficult to work on that together, because I have at the same time figured out how I eat and how I will, do the right things now, and also how to figure out to make things that he likes, and that he doesn't strike and say, no, I don't want to eat that way, and cries or something like that. So I did a very good job the last couple of days to do so, and I'm gonna talk about it later, how I did it. The other thing you were talking about was electrolytes. That's one thing I don't get, and I need your help and advice, because I went to a lot of pharmacies, and my country is a little bit, we don't have Element. Most of people do use Element. We don't have that here. I cannot import it because it's very expensive to bring it to my country. So I went to 5 pharmacies and asked them, and a lot of different shops, and asked them, do you have electrolytes without sugar? And they don't have that. So I just put it a little bit of Google research, and it's very difficult to have electrolytes without sugar. Some of you recommended to drink just salty water and lemon juice. Is that enough? Does it help? Or do you have any more suggestions about the electrolyte part? Because, you know, because of the sugar and the stevia part, I'm not sure about that, how to handle it, but I do feel my body is needing it. So I would be very thankful for more tips on that. Then the other things was also the impact of stevia to the body, and it has an impact on cravings, and it's still, you know, feeding your sugar addiction somehow, and that's a problem because I did a big mistake, honestly. I did use protein powder because I thought, okay, protein powder is in a okay range, and there are a lot of carnivores who use protein powder, and also to make bread, also to, you know, make something sweet and so on. So I bought in Bosnia big things of protein powder, different flavors, and they were amazing. And my mom asked me, why are they so amazing? Why are they so sweet? And I said, yeah, maybe there's stevia and something in it, because I didn't even check the label. And I'm so mad to myself that I didn't check it, and it was, I saw then why it was so cheap, because there's so much crappiness in it. It's so much crap in it. And it tastes different than other protein powders I had before, and it tastes better because there is so much crap in it. And no, it's not sugar, but still it's stevia and all other things, and that's not good. I saw it in my body. It's not good. It's putting my cravings through the roof, but it does help in the beginning to create something with the protein powder, to not eat then the Mars or something else, because you can have it with you. And that was a good thing. I didn't have, we've been on a hotel, it was in the woods, we had no chance to go shopping. We did bring a lot of food with us, but it wasn't enough in that kind of way, because it get bad because of the car, and we didn't have a freezer, and we didn't think it through, honestly. So we had the protein powder with us, and it was a good thing, because then when we started having cravings in the evening, I just make some yogurt. We asked, you know, every hotel does have yogurt, and we asked for yogurt, and then I put in some vanilla protein powder, and they loved it. My mom loved it, my child loved it, her friend loved it. So we didn't eat the Mars bar, who was actually, you know, in front of us. So I think that's better than to eat the Mars bar in the end, but still it's not good. We should eat fruits or something like this if you maybe crave something sweet, or eat more fat and eat more meat and everything like that. I know that, but I had a lot of moments where I didn't like meat anymore, and that's why it's very good for me that I had the options to go breakfast only eggs, maybe a protein powder thingy, yogurt, and then I was craving meat again. It was really like this, so that was a good thing to do. But I don't know, I would love to hear your experience with stevia and sweet things, you know. But now today I'm feeling it, because I did have some fruits, and just a little bit of fruit, it was enough. I had you know, the meat part at the right time when I was hungry. I was eating enough eggs and protein and fats, and using more butter, and it helps. It really helps with the cravings. So this one is totally, you know, a learning curve, but I have no clue what to do with a lot of protein powder, which I bought now. Stupid me. Stupid me, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I do use it for my son to make him waffles, and my mom, because they're missing bread, so I did that. I don't know, is it a bad thing? Let me know. I'm not sure if it's a bad thing to use it, maybe also on a daily basis, just to create one little waffle for them or something like this. So please let me know. Then we talked about, yeah, snacks. One of the YouTubers also shared that, you know, eating 1 time a day or 4 times a day, or how much do you eat as a new carnivore? It was very interesting, because it's the steak and butter gal, I think. She had an experience that she was 6 years vegan, and she was constantly hungry, so she was eating constantly. And when she started being a carnivore, she also started to being hungry all the time. So that's what I experience right now. I'm hungry all the time, and I cannot eat one time a day. It's impossible. So I don't force myself. I do eat when I'm hungry, and it's about 4 times a day. And I try really to eat when I'm hungry. I don't try to focus too much on everything else around me, honestly. One thing that I was always focused on was my weight. And I still track my weight because I'm a data girl. I need, the data behind everything in the science most of the time. But I, when I came back from the holidays, I didn't lose and I didn't gain weight. And I ate almost about 3,200, 3,500 calories roundabout. That's something I never eaten in my life a day. And I didn't gain weight. So, and I was full and I was satisfied and I was happy and I had energy. So that's when I realized it's not about the calories and all of that kind of things to focus on that. Just focus on doing it. Just doing it and cutting out the sugar and cutting out the processed food as much as possible, because still, some things maybe do have something in it, but just look at the label and figure it out. But that's what I'm focusing right now, and I think I need to do it this way, and all of you guys share the same experience. Don't focus on the weight, focus on your meat, try to experience and to love meat, and just try not to do sugar and processed food. And also interesting, some of you commented that's actually the carnivore diet starts to change your mindset just not to eat sugar and processed food. So it doesn't matter if you're vegan, if you're doing keto or carnivore or whatever you're doing, it's about cutting out this shit. You still can eat healthy vegetables and all this stuff if you want to, but just don't eat it, packed, processed, added with sugar. And that's one thing that you really realize when you go shopping and watch the first time labels and see, do this have sugar? Does this have sugar? What does it what's inside, even if you don't understand it? And then just to look up what different kind of names for sugar there are outside, and people don't know it. It's I don't know what to say. And people are honestly wondering why people are that sick. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And the worst part is the pharmacy, the little, all the med parts, things, magnesium and all these things. If you don't ask them that there is nothing inside, that it's pure, there is sugar inside. It's a damn fucking tablet. How do you say that? Finn, stop it. And you just, you don't even drink it, so you don't have a taste. You just drink it and it's sugar inside. And one thing that one of the pharmaceutical guys said to me, I said, do you have electrolytes without sugar? And he said, no, you need the sugar inside of that. And maybe that's true, I don't know. But people think that stevia is more unhealthy, and so it's better to have sugar in it. And I was thinking, it doesn't make sense in a long way. And one thing I know, because I worked when I was very young in advertising for pharmaceutical companies, for one of the biggest. And one thing I know is how they work. So, unfortunately. And they just, if you just make sense in a logical way, they take the profit from people being sick. So why not creating something that heals you, but still has something little in it that makes you sick in the end, so you need more of the drugs. It's just logical. So you don't even have to be, somebody that is, seeing everything bad and so on, but it's just logic that the pharmaceutical is not doing us a favor. That's also one thing I don't know how to handle. Since I have multiple sclerosis, I'm using very hardcore meds that are not good for me. But if I stop using them, I will have a seizure, and that's what I'm most afraid of. So I don't know what to do. So I really need experience from people who were on meds, hardcore meds, and how you manage then if you do carnivore Do you stop the meds? When do you stop the meds? Do you stop them at all? Do you still take it? I don't know how to handle this situation, honestly. I have the feeling I did the mistake once years ago. I did stop the meds because I thought I can do it by myself with all my healthy lifestyle and, you know, started vegan and being all this shit. And it went the wrong direction and I started having seizures again. So, don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I'm not gonna stop them because I'm scared of the side effect, like having seizure because of stupid meds. But I don't know when to stop, if to stop. Do I have to figure it out? Because my doctor, if I say I'm carnivore, that's why I'm not using the drugs. She's gonna, you know, kick me out of the praxis. And I do have an amazing doctor, so I'm not sure about that. I really don't. I don't know what to do. So maybe you have experience, guys. One question also, tomatoes. Are tomatoes, since tomatoes are a fruit, are they allowed in carnivore? Are they bad? If they're bad, why? Because my son is obsessed with tomatoes and he loves ketchup without sugar, but even the ketchup without sugar has stevia in it. So we bought it because he likes it. I don't know. I don't know what to do with the ketchup part because he's obsessed with ketchup. And yeah, that's something I didn't want to take away from him, but I discussed today in the morning that we're gonna figure out something we can create by ourselves, and he can make it from scratch, and he knows what's inside, and it's maybe just tomatoes and salt, and try if he's gonna be good with that. That was kind of our, you know, step by step moving forward. I also think a child should be instinctively eating, but, you know, cutting out the processed food and the sugar, of course, because the kids, if they're used to, they just want to do that. So if I say to my son, you can do whatever you want, just go and buy things you want, he will just buy tacos and chocolate bars, you know, and that's my fault in the end, but that's something I need to slowly figure out how to handle it. At home, he's not gonna have it. And if he's outside, like now, he's with a friend and he asks, can I have something sweet there? And he's cute, he's asking. And I said, you know what, just think about it, okay? Be honest about it, think about it. If it's, you know, the good thing to do, don't eat 5 cookies. If you really think that's a good way to go, then eat 1. But try not to, try maybe to have some fruit or something else, but don't talk about what we're doing right now with this mother and the son and everybody, because they wouldn't understand, and then he's gonna be devastated and he's gonna be in a position to, you know, explain himself, and that's not what I want him to do. That's not what I want myself to do. That's not what I'm gonna do anymore. It's just upsetting because people are, you know, we are all not educated. Honestly, we aren't. However smart you are, you're not educated in these things, because it's impossible to keep track what is healthy, what is not healthy, where is the superfood, what's that, what's this. So it's constantly changing, and it took me 35 years to find carnivore that makes the most sense of them all for me. 35 years. So I cannot accept people who just meet me to be okay with that I'm doing this. So I think it's maybe the better way, if people ask you what you do and so on, just to say, you know, I'm low carb, I'm 0 carb. I try not to eat the carbs because, you know, I try to lose weight, or because of my meds, I try to heal my autoimmune disease. There are many things I'm not allowed to eat. So if it's okay for you, if you have something like meat, that's okay. If you have something that's dairy pure, it's okay. Everything else, for now, it's very difficult. And I think that's the better way than to say I'm carnivore, because that's what I experienced. They're like, you know, getting out of control to people. But if I say I don't eat carbs for now, then they're fine with that. It's the same thing, basically. So I don't know. People are sometimes, you know, I don't know. Maybe I was the same. I was the same. I'm pretty sure. So tomato, yes, no, why not? Then also the son of my mom's friend, he's like, from the way he's living, he's like my twin brother. He does the same thing like I do, experiment the same thing like I do, sleeping on the floor, then doing this, doing keto, doing vegan. But he always does it before me, and I don't know that. And I'm talking to his mom, I'm not talking to him. And I'm saying, yeah, I'm carnivore. And she, oh yeah, Marco did it before. So We talked about it, and he did it for 3 months, and he did the extreme part. So he did just meat and salt and water. And he said he just got sick. He lost 20 kg in 3 months. It was amazing, and he felt so energized, and it was unbelievable good. But he got sick from meat. He just couldn't eat any meat anymore, and that's what I'm most afraid of. That's why I'm happy that I have the alternative to go just eggs in one meal, or just go more dairy in one meal, and then, you know, really I crave the meat part. If I had meat at evening and I had to eat it in the morning, for example, and I was just thinking about it, I was grossed out. And that's something I think in the beginning of carnivore, it's a good advice not to, you know, get grossed out of the meat, but, you know, mix and match. And if you not want to eat meat at all at lunch, what happened to me, I didn't want to eat it, then I just make some pancakes with eggs and some whipped cream, and it was fine. And then at dinner I wanted to eat meat. So I think one of the comments recommended just to force yourself. I'm not into that. I don't force myself to do anything, because I know my body, and it works for a lot of people just to, you know, force themselves over a period of time, and then they're gonna get used to it. That's not how I work, and I think it's just something everybody experiences differently. But if I force my body, it's just gonna reject it and say, fuck off, go away. I don't want to do that. But if I find something like workarounds, and you have alternatives, you can have that. My body naturally says, you know what, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have now the whole day. I didn't want to have something sweet like some fruits, yes, but that was it. And I was craving meat, and I'm now so hungry and I want to eat meat. And that's something that's very unusual, because I had in the morning, we had some carnivore bread with cheese and ham and some creme fraiche. It was amazing, and I was full, and now it's about 2 o'clock and we eat at 9, so now I'm hungry for meat again. I did have a lot of back pain. That was a little bit strange, because for a long period of time I didn't have that or experienced that kind of back pain, again, because of my disc prolapse. But I also did walk more. I also did more exercising, because I just needed it. I just wanted to do it. It was just kind of a natural habit, also in the holidays. So maybe it's from there. I'm not sure. Now it's better. So maybe it's also the bad. I don't know. But I had it. I just want to say so, because that's also what happened the last couple of days. What was also interesting is what my son was craving. It's rice. And that's okay, rice, white rice. People recommended white rice, not brown rice, because of something it's in a brown rice. So thankfully, because he loves white rice, he loves sushi. He just loves it. So I'm not sure with the black part, I don't know the English word for it, from the sushi, if this is then, you know, something bad. So let me know. And I did cut out for him the soya sauce, because he likes to put it. I said, no soya sauce, you can have the rice, you can have the salmon he likes. So I bought it him for today. But that's it. It's difficult, because the rice from sushi also has sugar in it. So it's so horrifying. You know, everything has sugar in it, and it's so difficult. And I know nobody should stress themselves out to do everything perfect, and just start, you know, as much as they can to take care of it. So I'm not so hard on myself, but sometimes I have these moments where I realize how much shit is in this shit, and I don't get it. How is this possible that this is okay with the law and they all get the fucking money, and I don't want to go into this because I'm just getting mad. So he did miss rice, pasta, bread. So I figured out some bread recipes where you can do in carnivore. So I'm gonna perfection bread over the next couple of weeks, because my mom also missed bread. Tomatoes. So I bought him tomatoes. He can have tomatoes. He doesn't like plants. He doesn't like nuts and all these things. So it's easy in this part. The only thing that's tough is the processed food and the sweet things. But I'm gonna ease it out slowly for him. Not the sugar part, that's completely out of our business here at home, and the processed food. but all the things he likes, we try to, you know, work around and figure out what he likes and how I can make it carnivore. And it's not that easy because this pork thing, you can eat like chips. I love it. I love the taste. It's special. He hates it. He really, really hates it. There are not many recipes you can do with that. So he hates it. He's just smelling it and he doesn't like it. So that part is going to be a little bit more difficult. But there are many, you know, recipes, and I need just to calm myself down. And for now, I'm focusing on experience what different kind of meats are there. And my fridge is full of all of it. And I'm now eating, I'm not happy with it because that's not normally what I eat, lamb chopsticks, but so many people, you know, shared and talked about it, and I just wanted to try it because they were a little bit priced off. I'm not very happy eating baby animals. I have to be honest, I have no problem, you know, with the big animals, but I do have a little bit of an issue with the baby animals because I think that's a little bit barbaric. I don't know. But yeah, now I'm one of these people that actually is trying it, and I'm not happy with that, but I hope I don't like it, honestly, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is, right? So one funny part was also in the holidays that the friend of my mom, after eating one day carnivore with me, she was amazed. It would taste, you know, good and everything, and she loved it. But the next day, the first thing she was eating was corn. This is just some corn thing. I don't know, something special in my country. I didn't know it before. So she eat corn, and we went shopping for. I wanted to do lunch for everybody. And we went shopping, and she bought a Maxi King, this sweet thing, you know. And she couldn't wait until we paid it. She already ate it. So you cannot not convince people. I don't want to say convince, but there are people that are used to their things and the way they're eating, and they don't want to take care of these things. And for my mom, she's doing it still, just naturally. But she's also having troubles with, you know, what's inside and the labels and all that part. So that's not easy, especially when you're older. It's not easy. So my mom actually does have the benefit that she loves butter, she loves meat, and she loves milk. So it's easier for her to also be a part of this world right now because that's her main thing she's eating, and bread. And the bread part is something I just want to focus on, with also the meat, how to create good bread for them because they really love bread, and I want to give them something for now so they are still happy with that kind of eating. One thing you also talked about is constipation or having diarrhea. I do experience constipation, so I think most of the people said use salt or do more salt. And yes, I always forget to salt my things. That's bad, I know, because I'm just not used to it right now because I never used salt. So that's something I'm working on. And if you do have diarrhea, most of the people said you need to eat more butter, right? Please correct me in the comments if I got this one wrong. And if you have something that it's for the bowel movement that will help more, please let me know. That's another question I have. So I think the video is long enough. For now, I'm thankful for this amazing community. I cannot, say more about that. It's just unbelievable how great you are, how supportive you are. And I love to be part of this journey, even just because of knowing so many people and you sharing their experiences and watching all these videos also from people having these experiences and, being part of this. I'm just so thankful. I just cannot say it more. I'm thank you. Just thank you. So see you maybe tomorrow.